Hey everyone, Vintage Vinny here. Welcome to my eBay sales for the month of May 2024. So the month of May was pretty hectic for me. I'm sure you all probably can tell that I haven't done any live sales in the last few weeks. Just getting my mental health in check. I have started therapy for my anxiety, and I have some further tests that are going to be taking place to determine what kind of medication will suit me the best to keep the anxiety away and to just better improve my mental health. But despite my absence from the YouTube live sales and throwing out a few videos here or there, I did pretty well on eBay for this past month of May. And I thought you all might like to see what I was able to sell in that time period. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is something that I bought probably, I would say, mid to late last year. This is a Fenton glass bunny in purple. I bought this from one of our peddler malls here in town for about $15. I sent out a best offer of, I think, $45, and the buyer accepted. And it was hand-painted by P. Lang. Some of these hand-painted glass animals by Fenton are really, really nice. The purple caught my attention immediately because it's not something you see too often, at least for me anyway. So this is another item that I picked up at a local peddler's mall. Bath & Body Works stuff, just depending on how old it is, how long it's been discontinued, has the formula changed, all play a key role in the value of a Bath & Body Works product. So I believe I picked this up for, I want to say it was like maybe just a few dollars with a 20% discount. I did look it up. Anytime I see new and sealed Bath & Body Works products, I always like to see what they're selling for online or what people are asking and what is sold. So I went ahead and picked this one up. I did send a best offer of, I think, 10% off. So I sent out the offer for $18, and that is what the buyer paid for this. So Caribbean Island by Crabtree and Evelyn. I assume that this is probably a discontinued scent. Some of you all probably remember this or, bought it at a department store back in the day. So I picked this up for $5. Lotions and soaps and things like that I don't really dive too much into because they don't really have a lot of value. Again, Bath & Body Works stuff I will look at because discontinued and formulas changing and such. I'd seen a lot of Crabtree and Evelyn, items, working for Marshalls. We get some of that stuff in, so I know of the different scents. I'd never seen the Caribbean Island Wildflower scent, nor have I seen it in a gift set, travel set. So I did pay, I think, $5 for the set. I had it listed for a while, $49.99. I believe somebody sent me an offer of $32, and since I'd had it for so long and I didn't invest too much money into it, I just decided to take that offer because, sometimes you just have to wait for the right buyer, and I felt that that was fair, considering I only invested $5. So this was a really good pickup, you guys. That Mary Mushroom stuff is hot right now. So I was at the Hancock Antique Mall, and in one of my favorite booths that's there. I think it's a she. She's got like a random pish posh of everything. Some stuff sits for years, and some stuff like this doesn't last for too long because either I buy it or somebody else does. This is a Mary Mushroom coffee teapot without the lid. I believe I paid about $6 for this. And I sent out offers a few times with no grabbers. And then somebody messaged me and said, hey, I've been eyeing it. I think the price you're offering is very fair. And they were just having some issues with their eBay account. Something along the lines of eBay doesn't like Gmail accounts. It's weird. I don't get it. But anywho, so I paid $6 for this, and it did sell for $85 even without the lid. So apparently this is not an easy piece to come by. I guess that's why it sold for so much. Now, of course, I did research it in the store. Usually when I go antiquing or into peddlers malls or things like that, if I am anticipating on selling something on eBay, I will, of course, look it up and make sure that it is worth my time. Because I do pay up going to the indoor flea markets and the antique malls, so I want to make sure that what I'm getting is a fair price and I can still make a decent amount of money on it. Oop. Didn't mean for that to happen. This also came from the Hancock Antique Mall. I paid $1.50 for this. It's called Tantalizing Tea Air. It's Hawaii Island Ecstasy Perfume. Never have I heard of this before. I didn't even see any research or any others sold to determine what to price it at. So I said I'll put it up for $24.99. Sat for a little bit, and then someone did eventually buy it. I assume that this isn't made anymore. I mean, I haven't seen it anywhere. So that was definitely a good pickup. So I bought this, I believe, when Dad and I went to the Mount Airy flea market. We stopped at a Goodwill. This is Elizabeth Arden Privage. It's anti-aging treatment. It's a boosting cleanser. I believe I bought this for about $2.49, and it did sell for full asking price of $24.99. The little foil tab on the product itself was not even pulled off. It was brand new. Another thing that I was very surprised to see in a Goodwill store is this George Foreman grill. I know these were really popular in the early 2000s. I think we even had one. I remember my mom making hamburgers on it. And this one was brand new in the box. I did pay $10 for it. I believe I sent out a best offer of $30, and that is what it sold for. So sometimes, some figurines can have a little bit of worth to them, depending on how much you pay for it. So this is a pink flamingo figurine made by Lefton, probably from the 50s or 60s. Based on the sticker that's on the bottom. That's definitely 50s now that I look at it. That's definitely a much older Lefton sticker. And I want to say I paid maybe $4 with a 20% discount, so about $3 and change. And I believe I did sell this for full asking price of $19.99. So that was definitely a very fun piece to pick up because I know that flamingos are a popular collectible. Sometimes I have to wonder where Goodwill gets some of their donations because some of the new and packaged stuff that I find there sells immediately, like right after I list it, and as was the case with this piece. I really don't know what it is. Dexcom G6 adhesive patches. I have no idea what it is. But I saw it was laying on the shelf with all the electronics, and it looked interesting. It was brand new. Somebody else had one, and they opened it. And I was like, okay, I better grab this one while it's still sealed. Usually when I'm in the thrift store, because it's a little bit more of an impulsive environment, you have to grab something that you think is interesting or you want to look up later because it's not like an antique store where you don't really feel the competition because, there's not that many people in there. And I think people who are going into antique malls usually are looking for items for their collections, not necessarily to sell things. Anyway, so I grabbed what I thought might be worth looking up, and I paid $5 for this. They were going for about $100 and something, 120, 130. I decided to list mine at $100, and with the hopes that somebody would pay that. And like not even 5 minutes after I listed it, it sold. So $5 turned into $100. I will take that all day, any day. Again, not something that I normally dig into, but usually when I see a phone company logo, as in the case with this AT&T, in the box, it was missing something. I wasn't sure what it was, but it had the cord and the adapter. I don't know exactly what went right here, right where the mouse is, but I decided to sell it as is because it turned on, and I'm sure somebody can get whatever piece that is. This I did pay up a little bit for. I did pay $10. And again, it was something that just sold really quickly. I, of course, listed it as used. I did show a picture of it turning on when I plugged it in. And it did sell for full asking price of $49.99. And I got that the same day that I acquired the Dexcom G6 thing. I've had this for probably a good year and a half maybe. This is just a bronze wall door hook with the head of Winnie the Pooh. I believe I got this for about $4, and it did sell for, I believe, $15. And it's still brand new with the tags. I think it was Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. Disney Thailand or Disney Taiwan, one of the two. Yeah, Disney Taiwan. So it had a little bit of age to it. And this is a very sturdy hook. I mean, like, this was not just like some cheap, like, some of the cheap wall hooks that we have nowadays. I mean, this is pretty sturdy, like very heavy duty. So this was quite a bit of a surprise. This is a Life in Space hardcover book from 1983. It's brand new and sealed. I think I paid maybe $2, or maybe that color was on sale that day that I bought it. So $2 is what I paid for it. Of course, I did look it up in the store I was at because, most Life books, they're dime a dozen. A lot of people aren't really willing to pay a lot more for them. But funny enough, one that was brand new and sealed, just like this one, sold for what I sold it for, $34.99. So it sat for a little bit, but it ended up selling for full asking price. So sometimes there are always exceptions to the rule. In this case, this Life in Space book with the poster brand new and sealed, definitely worth it in my book. Oops. So I was out in Pennsylvania, I would say maybe a good 40 minutes away from where I am. And there's this little thrift store that used to be, or is, I'm sorry, across the street from a I guess you could call it a co-op indoor flea market that is unfortunately closed down. And I liked to go in that thrift store and then walk across the street to that peddler's mall when it was open, or indoor flea market, whatever you want to call it. And it runs, or the proceeds to this thrift store go to helping animals. So I'm always happy when I can find some stuff for a good price and be able to help with animals, because we are a animal loving family. Anyway, so I spotted this in the, like, with all the beauty products and cosmetics and such. Innis, the energy of the sea. I think that's how you pronounce it. Innis or Innis. Bath and shower gel. This stuff smells really good, you guys. A shop that's out in Bedford, Pennsylvania. It's called, oh, what is it called? Oh, that's really bad. I can't remember it. No, it's not Pokey G's. It's not Bits of Time. It's Founders Crossing. Founders Crossing in Bedford, Pennsylvania has a small little section at the top of the store that has like all the artisan stuff with, some vintage mixed in. Anyway, they have a little display of this product, the Innis stuff. They have the perfume, they have the cologne, and it smells so good, you guys. I mean, I kid you not, it's good, but it's expensive stuff. It's like $60 for a bottle of cologne. At some point, I do want to get some of it because it is, like I said, it smells really good. And you guys know me and my beachy, um, or my love of beachy items and the smell of the beach, candles, um, some of the fun decor that's out there, both new and old, that's coastal. So anytime I smell something that smells like the beach, I fall in love with it because that's just, the beach is my happy place. But yes, I did spend $1.99 for this, and I was going to keep it originally, but I said, you know what, let me go ahead and list it because I bought a head vase that same day, I believe. And I wanted to pay the head vase off, so I know that I have so much shower gel to begin with, so I don't really need to add to the stash. So I was like, yeah, you know what, just go ahead and sell it. And I did sell it for, I think I took a best offer of $14. Forgive my little rant there. So this little, actually, it wasn't little, it was a wicker basket purse. And I bought this at what's formerly, was formerly known as Memory Lane in Tawnytown, Maryland. The last few times we had gone there before they changed ownership, found some really good stuff in there. The new place, the Dogwood Tree Vintage Market, we didn't find anything the last time we went. And Amy B and I, who you all see in the chat, she makes comments on my videos and she's in my live sales a lot. We visited this past Friday and we didn't find anything that we were like really like desperately wanting to bring home with us. It was disappointing because we both walked out of that store in the past with some really good stuff. Anyway, so I think maybe it was 2 years ago. Maybe it was like 3 years ago. Because I think we were still masking up at the time. No, maybe it was 2022. I went there, bought a bunch of stuff, sold some things, kept some things for myself. So this 1960s-ish, this is a Babette British Hong Kong wicker basket purse. I want to say it was maybe $5, maybe less, because I think they grouped a bunch of stuff together that didn't have prices and just quoted me a price for it, and I said, fine, that's good. But I did have this listed for a few years. I did have it up for $29.99. I was sending offers of $25 and $20, and then finally somebody took my offer of the $20, and I was happy with that. So it's at its new home now. It was I gotta say, in pretty good condition for its age, especially the inside. I mean, not ripped or torn or anything. I mean, I did put some dryer sheets in there just to kind of get rid of some of that old, like, musty smell. So they sat in there for a while, and it helped a little bit. This I just bought fairly recently, like within the last month, I would say. On our way back home from the mile-long, if you could really call it that, yard sale out in Virginia that Dad and I went out and spent some time the weekend after my birthday. So yeah, earlier in this month, so we're looking at about a month ago. On our way back home from the mile-long yard sale, we stopped in Verona, Virginia. We shopped 2 different antique malls. This sugar canister came from the Factory Antique Mall, which is in Verona, Virginia. And let me tell y'all something, that place is huge. I mean, you can get junk drunk in there. And I know I did because I had an energy drink with no food in my system. So it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was all over the place in there. Anyway, so the place is huge. A wide variety of different items were being offered for sale. And, you know, of course, I'm looking for the good bargains, as I always do anywhere I go. And I spotted this canister, probably from the 50s or 60s. It's that aqua color that I absolutely love. And anytime I find something in this color, be it new or old, I have to pick it up because it's just so me. It's very mid-century. I consider this color to be very coastal too as well. So I found it in a booth for about $5. Looked it up just to make sure that it was worth my time to buy, and somebody did buy one for about $24.95. So I said, you know what, for $5, I'm going to grab this. And that's what I ended up selling it for, $24.99, and it's in pretty good condition. The inside, no plastic was peeling. It had the original lid. The outside of it looked to be in pretty good shape as well, so I said, I'm definitely going to take this. So again, with another item that I bought multiple of at this Goodwill, paid $4 for these a piece. These are migraine relief, tension and pressure things. Again, I have no idea how this works or what you do with it, but they were $4 a piece. I got 3 of them, and like immediately after I listed them, each one sold for $30. So I invested $12 into these with a profit of $78 before fees. So that was pretty good, I would say. Again, these are another item that I picked up at one of the local peddler malls several months ago. These are pink flamingos. I'm not really sure who made them. Brad Keeler, I know, was a very popular flamingo maker. Lefton, so many of those names that we all know. Of course, I did look them up because I was going to invest $20 into them, and I saw this exact same set listed here on eBay for $90. So I said, you know, I got to take a chance on these and get them. So I'm glad that I did, and like I said, I did pay up for them at $20, but sometimes it's worth it to pay up. So I did, and they sat for a little while. I got some offers. Some of them were a little too low, and then I finally just waited, and lo and behold, they sold. So I was tickled pink about that. So if you all remember, probably mid to late last year, I started going to a store called Beal's. I don't know why I kept calling it Bell's. I think I heard somebody else call it Bell's, and that's why I just kind of ran with it. But no, it's actually Beal's Outlet. They have one not that far from where I live, and anytime I'm out in this PA area, I love to go because I have found some killer crazy deals on stuff, whether I needed it or not. So I want to say I got these in wintertime, like maybe December, January, right when people are just not buying summer stuff anymore. And these Chaps Performance Flipflops were originally $7.99 at Bell's. I got them for 40 cents, y'all. I mean, for a brand new set of flip-flops, that's just crazy. I didn't like the way they fit, so I decided to go ahead and list them. And with summer here, got to list all this kind of stuff as soon as possible before the season is over. So they did have a retail price of $32, and I listed them for $16.99, and I took a best offer of $13 because I only paid 40 cents for them. So that was a very good return on investment for an arbitrage item. And I think that might be everything. Yep. So, folks, that is everything that I would like to share with you all for my eBay sales for the month of May 2024. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you had any great sales for this past month, please let me know down below in the comments. I would love to know what to be on the lookout for. And I will see you all in my next video. Have a good night, guys.